Steve Kim for UCN Live, and I'm here with the trainer of Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez. Abel, May 16th, you guys take on Willie Monroe. Let's go back to February 21st. Did you like the fact, because some of these recent fights have been so short, that your guy got extended a little bit by Martin Murray?
Yes and no. We anticipated 4 or 5 tough rounds from Martin. We knew he was going to take a good beating. After the 5th or 6th, I could tell Gennady was not really trying to knock him out, trying to work on some of the things that we needed, and he kept talking about wanting to go 12 rounds. The 11 runs that we got are going to prepare us for the future, for some of the, not so much technically, but in his mind, knowing that he can go 11 and be as strong as he was in the 11th round. So whatever we're doing in the gym is correct. You know, a lot of these fighters, they want to make sure that that they don't get tired, and he proved to himself, I think, more than anything, because the pace of the fight was hard. There was a lot of hard punches being thrown. So in the 11th round, he was just as strong as the first. So it was a good thing.
I found this interesting that Willie Monroe kind of came out of nowhere 2 weeks ago. I don't even think he was really in the discussions, but I've been told by Tom Loeffler, and Gennady just mentioned it, he wanted to fight a southpaw. I found that interesting because most people in boxing find southpaws to be poison.
Well, it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Tom, the Herman brothers, and Peter had discussed 3 names with me, and that was Willie, Toronto Johnson, and Kid Highland from Argentina. And Gennady made it clear that he wanted a difficult fight, not physically difficult per se, because stylistically difficult fight, so that he would have to work, so that he would get motivated. It's difficult for guys at this level to, when there's nothing in front of them, to get motivated. So Willie presents not only the southpaw, but the slick southpaw that he is, and winning the Boxino tournament kind of gave him a little platform for him to be considered.
Do you think his southpaw style is more, let's say, difficult than the guy that you fought in America to debut this couple of years ago, the Polish guy?
The Polish guy was a little longer. I think Willie's a little slicker. The Polish guy was a little longer with his shots and not as mobile. Willie will present a couple different problems than Proska did, but it's a southpaw.
When you look at this situation, the Boxino tournament is really where Willie Monroe came into prominence. Watching those fights, give me your thoughts on what you saw from Monroe.
Well, you know, not so much the Boxino tournament for me. I think that the loss that he had against Boone 5 fights ago, 6 fights ago, probably did more for him than a Boxino tournament, because I think that a loss for a fighter of this caliber rededicates him and puts him in a different direction, just like when I had Terry Norris. A loss made him so much better. The fact that he was able to practice some of the things that he started to do after that loss against world-class guys like he did in a Boxino tournament, I'm sure helped him. But Brandon Adams is a kid that we used in the gym before for sparring, and he's a very good sparring partner for Gennady, and Willie handled him. So it's not an easy fight for us.
Final question, and I asked this of Gennady. You know the boxing business, and this is a business first and foremost at this level. Are you getting frustrated by the inability or the unwillingness of marquee fighters not to step in with your man?
No, I'm not frustrated. I'm looking forward to May 16th and fighting 4 times this year, and hopefully somebody steps up for Tom in sometime in the fall. As long as we have another fight 3 months after this one, if everything goes well on the 16th, it would be frustrating if we weren't getting the fights. But as long as HBO and Tom are doing their job and we're getting fights, it's not frustrating. Those fights will come.
All right, Abel, thank you very much. That's Abel Sanchez, trainer of Gennady Golovkin. This is Steve Kim for UCN Live.